Hello everybody and welcome back to another Division 2 video, and welcome to the very best support build in this game. Everyone on your team is going to have a 100% weapon damage bonus and be at full armor with your heals. This build is perfect for your raids, legendaries, and incursion. What are we waiting for? Let's get into this build already. Why don't we start out with the Scorpio? The Scorpio is an exotic shotgun you can get anywhere in the game. This shotgun is so good because of its talent. Every shot you land adds a new debuff to the target. First is poison, second is disorient, third is shock, and finally, they take 20% extra damage from all sources. This lasts for 10 seconds but refreshes if you shoot again. Let's take a look at the Lefty named shotgun. You can get this shotgun anywhere. This is where 40% of that extra damage your team's going to get comes from, and it's going to slow the bosses by 30%. How is this possible? It's talent, perfect sledgehammer. All you have to do to get those effects to take place is hit the target with a grenade. This effect will last for 10 seconds, but 10 seconds is a long time whenever you have your teammates doing double damage. It's the setup! The setup is a named backpack you can get anywhere. What this amazing backpack does is whenever you shoot somebody with a marksman rifle or a shotgun, it makes that target take 15% more damage from all sources for 5 seconds. The best part is, you're using 2 shotguns that give damage buffs already. In just these 3 pieces alone, that's 75% extra damage for your team. Like I said before, this build is the best for team support. On top of doing incredible damage bonuses, we have all these heals. This is actually where the other 25% weapon damage comes in at, making the total weapon damage 100%. This all comes from the gear set Future Initiative. The 4-piece setup we have with Future Initiative is going to feature the chest piece. What 2 pieces of Future Initiative is going to do is give you plus 30% repair skills. At 3 pieces, we get 15% skill haste and 30% skill duration. And at 4 pieces, we get ground control. At full armor, you or your teammates will get a 15% damage buff to both your weapons and your skills. Whenever you repair a teammate, 60% of the repairing you did to them happens to you. Not only that, it happens to anybody within 5 meters of you. What the chest piece does is takes that 15% buff from ground control and makes it 25%. What you want to roll on all your gear is repair skills, and if you can, skill haste. For our final piece of gear, we're going to be using the BTSU data gloves. These can be found anywhere. Whenever you destroy a hive that you placed, you and your teammates get overcharged for 15 seconds. If you're at skill tier 6, which with this build you will be, everybody on your team is going to have overcharge on all their skills, even if they have skill tier 1. 2 skills you're going to want to run with this build are the Reinforcer Chem Launcher and the Repair Hive. How about we take a closer look at these skills? We need to keep in mind that these stats will change when we get that overcharge from the BTSU data gloves. So starting with the Chem Launcher, we have 9 ammo for it. Each shot has a cooldown of 22 seconds, which sounds like a long time, but with how much ammo you have, you're not going to run out. The cloud radius is just under 5 meters. The cloud will stick around for a good 7.5 seconds. And the initial impact of the heals will heal for about 1.4 million armor. After your teammates are repaired for that 1.4 million armor, will heal for almost 300,000 armor a tick until the cloud runs out. You can see the PvP stats below that. It roughly cuts down the heals by 50% for PvP. So this build could still work in PvP, but you're going to have a lot of team coordination. And if you don't, well, you're going to die, then everybody else is going to die. Next, let's take a look at the Restorer Hive. This thing has a refill speed of 1 second, but with overcharge, it's like twice a second. The way I've been running it, I've had 32 charges, but I was missing a mod. Now I have 36 charges. With an effective range of 13 meters and about a 300-second duration, this thing will pretty well be able to take care of your teammates on its own, and you can hit the guys that aren't in the circle with the Chem Launcher to keep them up. This thing heals for about 400,000 per charge, so sometimes there is cases where you need to hit people with the Chem Launcher as well as the Hive. But then again, this thing's primary purpose is just to give you overcharge. Technician is not the specialization you want to pick if you have the option. More on that in just a second. There are still 2 great reasons to pick Technician if you'd like to keep an armor core for yourself. First is Faraday Field. It'll protect everybody within 5 meters of your skills from shock and disruption. Amped is the other reason to run Technician because it'll give you +1 skill tier. Here's the full build layout. You might notice we have EMP grenades, which is why Sharpshooter will be a better specialization for this. Sharpshooter has access to flashbang grenades. On top of all that damage and all that armor, you'll be blinding the enemy too. That's going to be all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If there's any way at all that I can improve this build or improve my quality of videos, please let me know in the comments down below. That means the most to me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!